The Lakers should blame ROb Pelinka and nobody else for the struggles. Welcome back, y'all. 2-7. You might be wondering what those numbers are. It's a record. It's not a good one, obviously. In the last 9 games, the Lakers are 2-7. So since they were 10-4 and flying high, playing better defensively, looking good offensively, you had Dalton Knecht playing well, LeBron James was on fire, Anthony Davis was an MVP candidate. 2-7. They're one of the worst defensive teams in basketball. They have probably their bottom 3 in defensive rating. They can't rebound because they don't have size on the team. They don't have point guard play, so they don't have much perimeter defense. Jared Vanderbilt has not played basketball in probably close to 11 months. Christian Wood is still nursing his knee injury that he had surgery on in the offseason. You have Cam Reddish, who can't fucking score for his life. You have Gabe Vincent, who can't score to save his fucking life. You have D'Lo, nobody wants. Rui Hachimura, you might as well send him back. They have big problems, and JJ Redick, no matter what scheme he has, no matter what type of motivation he's trying to put out there for his team, losing by 41 points to the Miami Heat a couple of days ago, allowing Tyler Hero to have 7 threes in a quarter, to now losing tonight to a very hot Atlanta Hawks team. They've won 6 in a row. It's a league high right now. So they're not a bum team that they lost to, but to lose in the fashion that they lost, where Trae Young gets the ball at the top of the key, it's a staggered screen, and now people are scrambling to know where he is. It's Trae Young. You guard him behind the stupid 3-point line and force him into a 2-point shot. If he hits a 2-point shot, it's a 2-point shot. But to give him a 3 that he wants, that doesn't make fucking sense. And that's because we don't have the perimeter players. Max Christie stinks. D'Lo stinks. Gabe Vincent stinks. Let me give you a stat tonight that's going to make every Laker fan sick to their stomach. Well, I'm going to pull it up. Give me a second. Because I seen this and I just laughed. It's funny to me. Because it's not the first time I've seen a stat like this. But it continues to happen. So let's go ahead and go look up this. The Hawks, and let's go ahead and compile this. The Hawks scored, that's 61, 65 points off the bench. So 65 out of their 134 points came off their bench, right? DeAndre Hunter, Bogdanovich Hunter had 26, Bogdanovich had 20, Okongwu had 15 and 6. Yeah, Krejci had 4, 7, and 3. So they got guys. Their big guys scored off the bench. Would you like to know how much points the Lakers scored off their bench? They scored a total of 17 points. Do the math. You have one team that gets balanced scoring from their star player who had 30 points and 20 assists, but now you have your bench guys that are coming in and giving work too. While the Lakers have no one. They have no talent on this team. Outside of LeBron James, who's back to being himself, triple-double for LeBron, 43 minutes played, 39 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. Shot 14 for 25 from the field, 6 for 11 from 3. Sounds good? Is that good? That's good. Anthony Davis, 38 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 15 for 27. Had 6 turnovers, but still had a good game. Is that good? Yeah, it is. So your 2 best players gave you a total of 78 points. That's 78 or 77? Not an 8? Yeah, 77. 77 points out of the 132. The highest scorer after that is 14 points from a fucking rookie. Dalton Knecht is the third leading scorer on this team, while you have guys like Gabe Vincent who can't give you nothing. You got Rui Hachimura that played 40 minutes and gave you 12 points. Had a plus-minus of 5. That ain't bad. Well, let's go to the bench. Max Christie, who's supposed to be a 3-and-D guy. 6 personal fouls. -7 in the plus-minus. Horrible. How about Cam Reddish? He's supposed to be a defensive stopper too, right? Took 1 shot the whole fucking game. Played 21 minutes. He was -8. Oh, lovely. How about D'Angelo Russell that nobody wants? No one wants. There's no team in the league that wants D'Angelo Russell, including us. 8 points. 3 for 9 from the field. -4 plus-minus. And let's say the Andre Traore, he's a rookie, had a -7. You get no production from your bench and you expect this team to be good. It's the same fucking problems they had last year. After they won the NBA Cup, the team went into the tank. They lost like 12 out of the last 16 games and put themselves in a bad position to have playoff seeding. They're doing the same thing again. And what is the consistent problem? Is that it's the same fucking roster. That's why. So when you have Rob Pelinka gaslighting us and say, yeah, we got 2 draft picks we can be able to use in the summertime. And then he comes back and tells you, oh, well, according to the new CBA, it's very difficult to make trades nowadays. We got to try to figure it out. While everybody out there is fucking making trades. The Knicks made 2 fucking trades in the offseason. I don't see it being very difficult for them. You have to find ways and have people that can be able to be creative enough to work the new cap structure and work the new tier structure and figure things out. We have a GM that lies. So it's no shock to me that they're struggling. It doesn't matter who they have at head coach. I like JJ Redick. I think JJ is going to be a good coach for the next 5, 6, 7 years. I think he's the right guy for the job. But when you have terrible pieces, it doesn't matter what schemes you have. You can draw up the greatest scheme ever. If you don't have the players to execute that scheme, it means nothing. This is the worst bench in the NBA. Not just the Western Conference, not just this is the worst bench in the league. And yet you have a GM or president of basketball operations that does nothing. Everybody around the league knows the Lakers need a trade, which means that guess what's going to happen? You're going to have to pay more now because they all know that we're fucking desperate. It's upsetting to see a guy like LeBron James get criticized. I've seen people start celebrating. Wash King. He's 40. You wait now to see him decline because he's having a couple bad games? To start coming out of your mama's basement and start celebrating? Lakers ain't good right now. We understand that. But it's not LeBron's fault. It's not AD's fault. It's not Dalton Knecht's fault. It's not even JJ Redick's fault. It's the guy that's picking the groceries and made these decisions to not make any moves. His biggest moves in the offseason was signing Max Christie to a deal that no other team would sign him to. You gave him more money than anybody would give him. This team needs to be broken down and rebuilt. If you want to trade Vanderbilt, trade him. Send Rui somewhere. Just cut D'Lo. Cut Gabe Vincent. Just eat the money. Because you ain't going to get nothing for him. Figure out a way to be able to maneuver this team and get some pieces in there. You don't have much time left with LeBron. And if you don't have that much time left with LeBron, you know that you don't have much time left with Anthony Davis. You need to do something now to help this team now. Go get yourself a Zach LaVine. Go get yourself somebody else. Go get yourself a player that you can be able to rely on now. But this team ain't it. This team is going to lose and continue to lose games because they know that they are bad. And when you start to have your role players not believing in themselves and starting to get the yips in regards to their confidence, this is going to happen every night. It doesn't matter if Phil Jackson walks through the fucking door. They don't have the players.